It is a life sentence with no possibility of parole for the Prescott husband and father who buried his wife alive 7 years ago.
Just before his trial started, David Pagliano pleaded guilty for the 2017 murder of his wife. And tonight, one of the lead...
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations, God, Body, Sean. Welcome. All right, y'all. Elevation Nation Conversations, God, Body, Sean. I'm back. I'm here. I haven't went anywhere. Just been a little busy. I've been busy elevating, growing and developing. Elevation Nation Conversations is not just the name of the broadcast or the podcast or whatever. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle. So I've been missing in action for the last week or two because I'm in school right now, bettering myself. So had to catch up on some school work and make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing so I can elevate myself. But I'm here. I'm back with y'all. So hit that like, share, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section, and let's get to it. I ran across a video. It was a video of a man in Arizona, and he buried his wife alive. That's not funny because we don't condone violence against women. Not having control of your emotions is not something we subscribe to on this channel. We subscribe to accountability, men being men and handling business, but it resonates with a lot of men. A lot of men feel like that sometimes. They want to bury that ex or that wife or whatever, bury her ass alive because she getting on his nerves like that. So I saw this story and I said, let's take a look at it and let's dissect it a little bit and, see what's going on. So hit that like, share, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section. Let's take a look at the story and I'll come back and give you my opinion on it. All right, peace.
Sentence with no possibility of parole for the Prescott husband and father who buried his wife alive 7 years ago.
Just before his trial started, David Pagliano pleaded guilty for the 2017 murder of his wife. And tonight, one of the lead detectives on this case revealing more in an exclusive interview. True crime correspondent Brianna Whitney got that interview for us.
Yeah, this is such an unusual case, and it is so sad. As far as homicides go, this one is particularly heinous and rare. Detectives believe Sandra Pagliano was alive and suffered in a grave before she died. One of the lead detectives says, though there is some comfort in justice, this crime is impossible to process and impossible to forget. Replaying what happened to Sandra Pagliano is a painful thought for the detective who stood at the crime scene this time not long ago.
We believe that it happened overnight 7 years ago today in the early hours.
Yavapai County Sheriff Sergeant Jack Maddox says it all began when Sandra Pagliano went missing from her Prescott home while her young kids and husband, David Pagliano, were inside.
She had supposedly just left or disappeared, but he still was not calling in the report.
Instead, one of Sandra's friends called in a missing persons report, saying it was completely out of character for her to willingly leave, a mother very involved in her kids' lives and with the community. David showed police two notes reportedly handwritten and left behind by Sandra, one to her kids saying she had to leave, and the other to David, leaving him all of her property and belongings.
The handwriting analysis showed that those notes were in fact written by him.
With David as a person of interest, Maddox says they gathered enough cell phone evidence that put him in the place Sandra Pagliano's body would ultimately be found, in a hand-dug grave.
She was also bound around the mouth and around the head so that she would presumably be unable to make any noise. She was alive at the time that she was buried.
Horrifically, evidence showed she was likely conscious for up to 5 minutes after she was buried. The Yavapai County Sheriff's Office charged David Pagliano with first-degree murder, and the county attorney was pursuing the death penalty. But on the eve of his trial, David decided to plead guilty and let the judge decide his fate. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Detective Maddox believes avoiding trial may protect their kids from more harm. He says they were 8 and 12 years old at the time their mother was killed.
It spares all of them having to relive all of those details.
Maddox says while justice is finally served, There are certain cases that stick with you forever. For him, this is one of them.
There,
All right, y'all, we're going to stop it right there. Now, I'm not laughing. This is not a joking matter. You know, that woman lost her life. We definitely don't, laugh at death, and we don't condone violence against women. But you have to look at this and laugh. Just as a man, and women too. Sometimes women wanna bop that nigga upside his head and get his ass out the way because he getting on your nerves, or he done pissed you off. Same with men. Sometimes you like, I want to choke her ass to death and toss her out this window or something, but you can't do that. You cannot, fall trapped to your emotions and fly out the handle like that and find yourself burying your wife or husband alive. I'm pretty sure she was probably nagging him to death and getting on his nerves and whatever else the case was, and he probably just had enough of it. He said, I'm sick and tired of it. I'm about to write a note and tell in the note that I want to leave all my property and all my belongings to him. And he said, I'm gonna tie her ass up and take her out here and bury her alive. That's insane to me. There's no way in the world that I'm gonna get that mad where I want to risk my freedom, my life, jeopardize everything I've worked and built for because this chick is getting on my nerves that I could easily just walk away from. I could easily, just divorce her. Any of the options, any of the above options are options that you could pursue or you could take advantage of besides killing your partner. And on top of that, he buried her alive, y'all. That has to be a horrific way to go. Suffocating and being buried alive. Like, this man was insane. That is crazy to me, man. But it also goes to show you that these marriages, man, a lot of these people are not happily married. You have to work at being happily married. Like, that takes work. That takes two willing participants, two level-headed, compromising individuals that want to work together and they want to make a happy life and build something in it. And that takes work. That is not an easy task. So now he about to spend the rest of his life for 5 minutes of I guess not even joy, but 5 minutes of uncontrollable anger that he exhibited and ended up killing his wife. And it's also too, it's also a cautionary tale to women. Man, you can't nag these men. You cannot be on their backs like this. You cannot push buttons and cross lines and test some of these men. Some of these men will lose it. Some of these men have been suffering so long and going through it and putting up with the nonsense and the bullshit and sacrificing and all of that it could be that one time when you do the least thing that you think would cause him to fly off the handle and do something to you, and that'll be the time when they just snap. When they just snap and put their hands on you or do something that you both will regret. So this is a learning lesson for men. Control your emotions. Learn how to walk away. Learn how to cut your losses and take that L and let it go. It's not worth you losing your life. It's not worth you going to jail, going to prison. It's not worth all the drama and all the nonsense it is to act off your emotions and lash out. It don't work. It never works. It never turns out right. And it's not a good option. There had to be something else behind this story. It must have been some abuse going on for years and years and years. I think a lot of people don't understand that men Men go through mental abuse as well. They go through physical abuse, emotional abuse. This is not only a thing that happens with women. For too long, that's been the stereotype that only women suffer emotional and mental abuse and snap out and things like that. And that's not true. Some men go through it, and some men don't know how to handle it the correct way. And these are the end results. It's a bad situation for everybody, and it doesn't turn out well. And also, it's a cautionary tale for women. Know who you're dealing with. Women are in a more of a vulnerable position by them being, for the most part, physically weaker and smaller than the man. So you have to know who you're dealing with. You can't run around disrespecting and nagging and getting on the nerves and pushing buttons and things like that to someone that is physically stronger than you and has the ability to harm you. Women have to think more rational as well. You can't just fly off at the handle and say whatever you want to say out your mouth. You can't just do what you want to do and think it's going to be okay, and they're going to walk away and they know that they're not supposed to hit a woman. And some people don't give a shit. They would knock your ass out, and that is what it is. So women, if you find yourself in a situation like this, I think the best option in the situation is show some respect, and show some restraint when you're dealing with a human being that's physically stronger and physically bigger and can do harm to you. You can't just say whatever you want to say out your mouth, fly off the handle, and think that everybody's gonna have control over their emotions and their anger and not do anything to you. Things can quickly go left and turn out very, very bad. So let me know what y'all think about this. Hit that like, share, subscribe button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Would you let things get to this extreme where you throw your life away and harm your partner? Or would you know how to walk away and file for divorce or just separate? And for the women, let me know what in the comments. Do you know when to stop with the nagging, or do you know when to say when, and when to show a little coof and that's the word for it, not resilience, but how to show some restraint when you're dealing with your male partner that's physically bigger and stronger and can't harm you? Do you know when to stop? Do you know when to say when? I like to hear from you. Hit that like, share, subscribe button, drop a comment in the comment section. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. We're going to stay being consistent with it. I'm back on track. I had some things I had to get to and handle, but we here. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me and continue to grow the channel. Elevation Nation Conversations. Elevation Nation Tribe, that's you guys. God Body Sean, that's me. I appreciate it. And I'll check y'all on the next one. Peace.
I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm winning.
Elevation Nation Conversations. God Body Sean.